feels awkward. I'm not in my right position. This is weird. I don't like it. Can anyone even see me right now? You probably can. I'm just yammering to fill up space, rather time. How can I mess up space and time when playing Pokemon Legends Arceus? This is all about space-time rift and everything. Anyways, I'm causing it right now. Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and it's been a little while since we last had this game on the channel, Pokemon Legends Arceus, but we are here. Hello to Landon PT, Mick Bronze, and Sailor Pika. You can see me? Excellent. Mick doesn't think you'll stay for long because you're having a headache, but you will try. Well, that's kind of like why I'm late today. After we did our Pokemon Violet live stream, I had to go lay down because my head, ever since the New Year, like New Year's Eve night, I started feeling a bit of a headache, so I laid down. And I haven't been able to shake the last lingering effects of head pain since, I mean, it's only the second day of the new year, but still, I'm feeling okay, like okay enough to survive. Okay enough to get back into Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now, I didn't expect to really be coming back to this at any point, but now that I have my Pokemon in my Pokemon home from, previous generations, there's some more stuff that I can do. So there's still more post-game in Pokemon Shield, of course, but there's still more post-game in this region as well, because there's side quests we can do. I gotta fill the Pokedex. Apparently we can get Arceus if we do that, or at least, let's just jump into it. And as we'll see, our current outstanding mission, I guess, is to collect every Pokemon there is to see in the region. And it has been a while since Breath of the Wild, indeed, Mick. So what we're gonna do is, I've taken a look off screen just to see who we're working with. So let's just, I guess, jump into a team recap. Now, I've been having trouble with the controls in Pokemon Shield and Pokemon Violet, so I'm going to be clicking the wrong buttons here. Let me just start our timer for the evening, too. And these are going to be more like, there's no Nuzlocke rules post-game, so like more casual. I can kind of chat more frequently with the chat. And just enjoy the game. Just, kind of like filler, I guess, but it's filler that's going to lead us to something, something decent. Anyway, let's open up our bag. There we go. And let's see who we're working with right now. So leading the pack is our Pikachu, all the way from Viridian Forest back in Kanto. He is at level 100, so all my Pokemon will be level 100. Does it say where he actually comes from? It says he's from the Kanto region. He is bashful by nature. So Pokemon Legends Arceus handles EVs differently. You actually have to use items called grit items, and I'll show you some of that. I've got it in my satchel. And right now, he's not very good in that sense, but you'll see we'll use some items to boost him up a little bit. Right now, he's got Spark, Thunderbolt, Iron Tail, and Thunder, but I'm not going to go over the moves yet because I want to get a bunch of different moves for my team. So let's just take a look at the next Pokemon here. Snoozer, our Snorlax. The reason I'm bringing him is because we actually do not have Snorlax in our Pokedex yet. And I'll refresh everyone on how the Pokedex here works. He is... I will also point out, sadly, it's weird, but every Pokemon from earlier games, when brought in, do have the minimum height and weight that they can have. So, we were talking about how you can get different sizes in Pokemon Violet. I wonder if they're going to maintain the smallest size when they get in there, or if that will somewhat be updated when Pokemon Home gets connectivity with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I don't know. You say, filler stream, says Mick Bronze. Maybe I'll learn how to drive a car. Oh, yeah. One of the best fillers of anything ever. I know what you're talking about. Goku, Piccolo. Awesome stuff. So let's go back down here. So, Snoozer. Again, we'll go over the moves later. Even though he has really no investment in HP, look at that, 470 hit points. Quirky Nature from Kanto. Sailor Pika not feeling good? You're just feeling a bit weak and tired. So you weren't feeling well, were you? Oh, yesterday you felt ill? Well, hopefully we all feel better soon. Mick's feeling a bit of a headache. You're feeling under the weather. I still have like a lingering remnant of my headache. Why is the year getting off to such a rough start for everybody? And also we got Dorothy. Now, I'm pretty sure that both Pikachu and Drifblim we have at least the Pokedex entry completed for. Maybe not perfected, and I'll explain the difference between that. But she basically is here because I want to get a ribbon that you can only get from this game, but you can't see it yet, apparently. If you take a photo with your Pokemon, they will get a ribbon added to their code, which maintains through to Pokemon Home. And I guess it's supposed to show up in Scarlet and Violet, but I guess we just can't see it yet. But anyway, so Dorothy, our Drifblim, level 100, she has anything really noteworthy? She's just quiet nature from the Alola region, actually. Yeah, darn you 2023 indeed. Now, I've also selected... Now, take a look, too, at the top left by her name. What Pokeball is that? That ain't no Pokeball I caught her in. I think it's supposed to be like a representation of anything from the future, like a future ball or something. You tell me. I have no idea. Anyways, so we also got Stantler here, only at level 9. I guess there's no need to go over the moves, because we'll explain that as we get to the Pokedex. Quiet nature. We've got a Spirit Tomb with a sassy nature. We've got a Celio with a calm nature, and these are all Pokemon I caught here in the Hisui region. Now, the way we got to do this, why is that Mantine half invisible? The way we're doing this is, let's check our Pokedex. So we're going to order, numerically. Get back to the top here. So you'll see Pokemon like, say, Dartrix. I was working previously to try to perfect everything. Perfecting their Pokedex means to get all of their tasks required. Because let me show you an example here. Something that we don't have a Pokeball symbol for yet, but we have the Pokemon. And that might take a while to find. Okay, Stantler, for example. So, once you catch a Pokemon, it gets added to your Pokedex. The picture gets colored in, but you'll see the research level says 9, which means we have not done all the research we need to do with this species just yet. And we can do that by catching several of them, defeating enough of them. For the example, it says times you've seen this use Psy Shield Bash, which I've never used any of yet. Times I've seen it use an Agile style move, and the number I've evolved. All I gotta do is complete one more of these tasks to get the Pokeball symbol at research level 10 for Stantler. And the difference between, say, level 10 and getting the completed Pokedex is filling all of the tasks out. As far as our post-game here goes, I'm not really going to perfect everything, but I am going to at least get to research level 10 with everything. And I think that's what you need to do to find Arceus. You might not even need to. You might just need to catch everything. But for, I guess just something to do, I want to get at least research level 10 for everything. Alright, so for example, Snoozer, my Snorlax, we already have some unreported research, now that we have them in our collection. So what I'm going to do is not waste any more time yammering. They say you can, educate more by doing rather than saying. I'm heading back to our Galaxy headquarters. 2 days in and we're already mad at 2023, says Landon. Indeed, I guess we can't really blame the year, because things happen all the time. Although, saying that, I'm kind of like, if anything happens bad on a normal day, I'm just like, meh, whatever, it's a bad thing. But if anything happens that is bad on Friday the 13th ever, I blame the day for it. Even though it doesn't mean that it wouldn't have happened on any other day. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm not making any sense. I don't know why. I did just wake up. Anyway, I see your Pokemon research coming along. May I record your findings? Yes. So, we've already added Snoozer, for example. I've already brought in Sol the Weavile and Egbert the Togetic just to test out the game. So, we've gotten some research levels for them. But right now, Snoozer is only at research level 7. Now, if I were to... What would I need to do? I gotta get 2 more researches complete. So, I would have to use, for example, see where it says times I've seen it use Double Edge. If I use it once, that'll complete a task. If I do it 3 times, that's a second task. But I believe with the 2 double arrows in the red box to the left of the task, we get double the points for doing that. So if I use Double Edge 3 times, I think we get 4 more levels, let's say. So we'll work on that. But then, of course, another thing I want to do is, I'll show you about the grit items. Nick says, "It making sense to you?" Excellent. Glad to hear that. And Landon PT says, "Did you know that there's a Pokémon Legends Arceus reference to Pokémon Scarlet and Violet?" I do. I don't know how many, but I know he's on the blackboard in the history class. You see Professor Laventon, you see the ancient Pokeballs. I think that's kind of cool. Now, another thing we can do, we get side missions. Okay, there's some requests posted on the blackboard. Which one will you check? At home under the eaves. Seems that Chimecho has made itself at home under the eaves of one of the village houses. Speak with Ida, an elderly resident of Jubilife, to find out more on the matter. So that gets added to our request list. There's a few requests that's going to take a little bit of work to do, and I'll show you those in a bit. Excuse me, token of gratitude. Medi of the Diamond Clan says she was saved by a mysterious Pokemon many years ago. Listen to her story and determine whether there's anything to do in the matter of follow-up. Can do. I'll let a request right now. So if I go to my map, which is... There it is. We can hit the Y button here, and this is showing all the missions that we've completed. The only mission left, right here, the deified Pokemon, is... current objective, seek out all the Pokemon there are to meet, then play your flute upon the dais in the Temple of Sinnoh. So we basically need to get every Pokemon in the Sinnoh region in our Pokedex. There's also these requests, though. These are like side missions, like, for example, the mysterious Will-O-the-Wisp. Wrong button. Catch the mysterious red Will-O-the-Wisp on Windswept Run at night. And that's an area in the first world, basically. So there's all these things we have to do. There's a bunch of these Path of Solitude, and those are something we'll get to. Not just yet, though. It's going to be weird. Some of these challenges are crazy. Alright, anyhow. What I want to do, every time I bring in a squad of my older Pokemon, first thing I want to do is take them over to the Move Tutor, because there is a Move Tutor in this. And every Pokemon that you bring in from outside the the Hisui region will have just their default moveset that they would have learned by leveling up. You can change their moveset here, and it actually does not change their overall moveset from, let's say, Pokemon Shield. So, normally, my Pikachu, for example, menu here. Let's check out Pikachu. So he's got these moves of Spark, Thunderbolt, Iron Tail, Thunder. In the actual main series, he's got Thunderbolt, or I think he's got Discharge, Body Slam, Thunder Wave, and I don't know. I forget. But he's got this different moveset here. Neat thing about this is very similar to Pokemon Violet. I can click on Pikachu and go change moves, and these are all the moves that I can choose from for him to actually learn on the fly. And you'll see Spark, Thunderbolt, Iron Tail, Thunder are already here. They're just grayed out because he currently knows those. So I can bring these moves back whenever I want. But in addition to that, there are not really TMs in this game, but you can talk to Zissou here. And do you need something from me? Yes, I want new moves, essentially. Mick says, wait, don't you have shinies in this game too? That's another thing to get to eventually. Well, this right now has connectivity with Pokemon Home. I have a ton of shinies that I can bring forward into Home, and then as soon as Home can connect to Scarlet and Violet, I've got a ton of shinies we can do for future shiny auctions. That's why I know in the end we won't be short of shinies once once Scarlet and Violet connect with Home. So, that is true. Okay, let's teach Pikachu whatever moves we want. So he's got, what's his best offense? Attack is 150, special is 140. They're pretty equal. And in this game, it's just a matter of cash. Just buying the moves, basically. I've got over 1 million Pokebucks here. So let's get him basically everything, I guess. Since there's not really one offense stronger than the other. Oops. And that's only going to cost me 18,000 of like 1 million something. Let's hit X to learn all that. And we're good. So we got all his moves. There's nothing else that they can teach them. Sailor Pika says, I wish we could catch Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, like how we can here in Legends Arceus. Yeah, you'll see there's a different way to catch things in this game. Hang on, I want to get back to my main pasture here. So these 5 down here, they're other Pokemon that I've already caught. I need to fill up their Pokedex with. Snoozer has attack of 273, special attack of 170. So any physical move, I'll teach him. Get those ready. So there's Ice Ball, Rock Smash, all the punches. Look at this. Rock Slide, Iron Head, special, special, physical, physical, special, 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 special. So I guess we're good with what he's got here. We'll learn all that for only 17,000. It would be cool if we could like just throw the ball and catch them like in this, like in all the other games, right? All right, and Dorothy, I didn't check your stats. Special attack is considerably higher, so let's focus on special moves. And status moves as well. Charge Beam, Icy Wind. So forget Giga Impact, no thanks. 19,500. We're rolling in cash as well, so there's not a big problem with that. Alright, so that's good for now. We got the moves that we want. I could also ask her to master moves, which gives me an option to do 2 different styles of moves, which will show eventually, but not just yet. I'm going to see what we want Pikachu to have. So he's got 3 electric moves right now. I think Thunderbolt's the one I'll stick with. We can get a fighting move. What else? Fighting. Oh, he can get Fairy, play rough. I would like to give him Thunder Wave, though, just for in case we need to catch things. So replace Thunder with Thunder Wave. We'll keep Thunderbolt. We got Fighting, we got Fairy. I'll probably keep Iron Tail, too, I think. What's Rock Smash's power? 40. Play rough is 90. Less... Oh, sorry, 85. Only 90 accurate. I think... No, you know what? I'm going to go with Quick Attack, because that can give us some speed priority. So let's do this. And of course, if I need to, I can swap these on the fly as well, so that's a pretty cool little thing. Okay, what should we give to Snoozer? Well, his Pokédex requires double edge to be used, so we'll keep that. What do you say, just we go for the elemental punches? That's good coverage. Fire Punch, Thunder Punch, and Ice Punch. Good for starters, at least. I love having all the different kind of punches like that. I remember back in Gen 2, when the punches first became TMs, because they had been moves in the previous games, but they weren't teachable by TM in Gen 1. Back in Gen 2, they were still considered all special, and you could teach them to things like Alakazam and Hypno and stuff. Then you could actually send them back into the Gen 1 games, because the moves did exist back then. Pokemon Stadium did not like that, but there was nothing preventing you from doing it. So that was kind of neat. Other than Self-Destruct, I kind of like the moves that she has right now. Calm Mind is actually not bad in this. This temporarily gives you a boost to both your offense and defense. Let's go with that. I think that's pretty good. Alright, now I just want to organize these the way that I want them to be. Can I change them here, I wonder? Yeah, okay, Shadow Ball. Power 70, 70. Okay, that's good. Oops. Bear with me as I'm doing all this stuff. I should probably do this off-screen for the next ones. We'll do Fire Punch. I think Burning is sometimes... Well, no, not better than Ice Punch because you freeze them solid, but... And for Pikachu, we want you to have Thunderbolt, then Quick Attack, Iron Tail, Thunder Wave. That's good. Alright, now, another thing that I want to do with all of my main Pokemon from past games is talk to this dude here, this mysterious Ingo from the Unova region, who somehow found his way back in time, and we have no idea why. I love this character, though, just because of how unusual he is. But he has a thing where you can go on something called the Path of Solitude, which you choose one Pokemon, and he chooses one Pokemon based off of your choice, and then your one Pokemon has to beat the other one in battle. Now, before we do any of that, I want to boost up my Pokemon, so we're going to now talk about the Grit items. There's a lot to go over our first episode back here. So, instead of effort values, in this game, you get Grit items, like with Grit Dust, for example. It's mysterious dust that can raise the effort level for one of a Pokemon's stats. It can be used to raise effort levels only up to level 3, however. Then you got Grit Gravel, which can boost the stat between 3 and 5. This Grit Pebble is between 6 and 8, and then from 9 to 10 you have Grit Rocks. So, my goal is, every time we do one of these streams, which will be like Monday to Friday, I want to boost one Pokemon and try to get them to their maximum with their stats. So I'm going to get all of Pikachu's levels up to 1. And we're going to go up to level 2. Now watch his HP from 215 up up to 217. And all the other stats are going to be boosting as well. But we're going to run out of grit dust is the problem. And how do you get more dust? You got to beat up Pokemon. Okay, I want to leave one so we don't lose its position in my bag. So we still need to get 3 more grit dust before we can boost up his levels any higher. I'm going to try to get them all to level 3, then we'll move on to grit pebbles, and so on and so forth. Alright, now that that's all out of the way, let's go and actually do some fun action stuff. We're going to head to... Well, we'll see where everything's at on the map. You'll get some of these outbreaks sometimes where shiny Pokemon may be more likely to appear, and those are always pretty cool to check out. Mick says, this is a pretty good team. Thank you very much. I'm glad you approve of it. This has been what? How long have we been going for? 20 minutes? 21 minutes, and we're only now getting to some action. But there is a lot to go over setup-wise. So there's 5 main areas you can go to. The first one is the Obsidian Fieldlands. If you see this question mark, that means there's a lot of mysterious Pokemon outbreaks happening. And that's the first zone, so let's go there. And the way this normally works, if I check my map... My head is still sore. If I check my map, you'll see all these question marks are where a certain species of Pokemon is gathering en masse. That's where you might find some more shinies, also some alpha species, which is a thing to go over too. So you have to normally go to each one of those to see what it is. But there's a lady over here. What's your name again? Mai. If you have 5 Agua berries, you can feed them to Munchlax, and Munchlax is able to, like, I guess, sniff out the species and reveals all the question marks on the map for you. So let's see what we're working with here in the Obsidian Fieldlands. See, so it's revealed Wurmple, we got Kricketot, we got Munchlax over here, that's cool. So, also, some of these guys will have a special mark. This little, yellow, or that red berry bouncing item, that means you can get more Agua berries from fighting those Pokemon. So, there's another icon you can get, which is the same kind of thing, but there's like a sparkle around it. That doesn't necessarily mean there's shiny Pokemon there, but there are better chance, I think, of shinies or alphas or basically more rare stuff. So I'm going to always take care of things like that first. So we're going to fly to here. Oh, I got to... Oh, she's only revealed. I got to check my regular map to fly. Okay. So now we can fly to anything with like the little feather icon. We're going to head to the Grand Tree Arena. Let's go beat up some Bidoof. Mixes. I can't think of a type that you can have problems with. Maybe rock, but not that much. Exactly. So I'm going to choose a ride Pokemon. I'm going to go with our Braviary, Hisuian version, of course. And where is my pin? I'm flying without even knowing where I'm going yet. There we go. So much like Miraidon in Scarlet and Violet, you have various ride Pokemon. You can do all sorts of stuff with. You can fly, or more glide than fly. But you can fly with Braviary. You have a Basculegion, which is evolution of Basculin. You can surf on. You've got Weirdeer, which is a Stantler evolution in this game, to run. Sneasler, which is a Hisuian Sneasel's evolution. You can climb with that. And the other one would be Ursaluna. And that helps you sniff out treasures. And there's still treasures to find. There's like... what is it? There's like the mysterious tomes or poems or something. Okay, so let's sneak up on one of these guys. So you can hold your Pokeball in your hand. I found the Pokemon that were spotted. If you can get them from behind, you get like a sneak attack on them. I don't think he's going to, though. Yeah, he's just sitting there watching us. Okay, so we need to use double edges, which we will start to do right now. And I think we only need to use 3 to get our research complete for Snorlax. You see he dropped an Agua Berry. Where's the other guys? And that is a sneak attack. Right there. I was practicing to try to get used to the controls again, off screen. And it feels pretty cool to get back into this. Like, it felt awkward at first, of course, because it's such a departure from standard Pokemon controls. But once I got back into it, I'm like, I remember this being really, really awesome. Oh, he turned around. You see that? these guys will run away if they're too scared. So that's why I was trying to sneak up on it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that should actually complete Snorlax's Pokedex and get that symbol, the Pokeball symbol. Now I'm going to check my research and see what we got to do with the other Pokemon. So actually, Stantler, we just need to use one more Agile style move, and we're good. So let's do that. And we don't even you don't even change your Pokemon in this list. You can just hit L or R and switch to the other Pokemon. I am going to beat up the God Pokemon if I have to. Professor Laventon demands it. Ah, he ran away. No, come back here. Back here, you. Don't run away from me. Just gotta use Agile style move. Now, if you have a move mastered, you can have a standard tackle. You can hit R for a strong style, which is, you'll see the action order on the top right. It shows who's going to take their turns, or what order they're going to take their turns in. Going strong style adds power and accuracy, but it makes you go slower later on. Whereas if you go to Agile style, lower power, lower effects, but you can go faster sometimes. And Agile we're going to use for the Pokedex anyway. We won't knock it out, I don't think, because we're only level 9. But as long as we see the move used, that's all the research we need to do. And we just need to use... Oh, no! Hold on, Sam, you can finish this fight. Okay, that's not going to change our speed at all. Would confusion be better? Go standard tackle. We'll run if we have to. The God Bidoof / HM Slave, indeed. Ooh. Alright, let's go for a strong tackle to finish this off, hopefully. All these knockouts, too, will lead us to getting some more of those grit items. Yes! To power up our stats, also. Alright, so... that should be good for Stantler. What else do we need? I'm working on... I know Spiritomb. We'll check out what Spiritomb needs to do. We've got all these legendaries I can bring into the other games eventually. Where are you, Spiritomb? Where's my Spiritomb at? You're way back here? What? Well, it does appear in a previous area, I believe. How are you? There you are. I was like, how are you this far back? Okay, for Spiritomb's research, we're going to get 5 more things accomplished. I believe using 3 strong hexes should be what we need to get done. Nick says, let's be real. The only reason people had Bidoof on the team was for HMs. Honestly, not me. Like, not only once, but twice in my main teams did I have a Bidoof. Or, eventually Beedrill. And I never, like, he might have had to be an HM user eventually, but... I think if I use strong Dark Pulses, this will work too. But I didn't know at the time when I first played through Diamond and Pearl, like, what each Pokemon was going to be used for. I will admit, of course, Bidoof knows all these different HM moves, of course, so it is known as the HM Slave. But before knowing that, I was like, I live in Canada, I kind of need to get a Beaver Pokemon on my squad. Otherwise, I think they'd kick me out of the country. So... I went ahead and grabbed one of those as one of my starting Pokemon, or like early root Pokemon, and he became one of the main team members. What was funny is that when I played through Gen 5 in the Unova region, look at all these guys over here. They had a thing called the Dream World, and the very first Dream Pokemon that I ever encountered to catch was a Bidoof. And it had the hidden ability of Moody, which I love because it's random. One stat randomly goes up 2 stages, while a different stat goes down 1 stage. And I'm a fan of random stuff, so I was like, I want that ability. And lo and behold, I got it, and he was a main team member. So 2 generations back to back, I had the same Pokemon on my main teams. It was kind of weird, but I'm like, you know what? I'm a weird guy. Alright, let's go. That's the best reason for Bidoof on the team, right? So I can keep my citizenship. Strong Dark Pulse. I think, as I say, this will complete Spiritomb's Pokedex. If there are any that I really want to perfect, it would be ones that I brought in from previous games. And we got Celio. So what else does Celio need us to do for it? Where is Celio? Further this way, I believe. Oh, where are you? Okay, so we need 2 more levels. We simply got to use liquidation 3 times. And do you have liquidation, Celio? Let's find out. Change moves. Yeah, you got it right there. So let's put that to the top. Wait, confirm. Okay, and now we'll let Celio lead the way and go for 3 liquidations on our targets. And the more of these Bidoof we take out, sometimes they'll bring in like a second horde, which can include alpha Pokemon, shinies perhaps, or just might have better rewards maybe. I'm not sure. But there's that. We can use 2 more, I believe. Okay, now it says the Pokemon appear to be gone. So we're gonna have to go beat up some other Pokemon. Where does we want to go? We can go beat up Spheal. Honestly, I think what I want to do, I'm going to leave the rest of these here. I'm going to go back to the main city and then see if there's another mass outbreak and try to find more shinies and stuff there. So let's head back to the camp. I think that's probably the coolest way to do this, to try to increase our rarity odds, let's say. Alright, report my findings, sir. Let's see if I did right. So yeah, Stantler is complete, because that does count for 2 tasks. Okay. Snorlax is complete as well. We also got... Oh, wait, Spiritomb. Oh, I was using Dark Pulse, but we only need to do 1 more. Actually, I need to use Hex 1 time, and that's good. So 2 liquidations, 1 Hex, and these 2 are done. Okay. So we'll head back to our town and see if there's another bunch of outbreaks to go check out. Return to the village. Sailor Pika says, you guess you should have a braviary on your team to keep your American citizenship. Possibly, yeah. I guess it was kind of based off, you know, the American bald eagle, the Rufflet Braviary line. But which one? Regular Braviary or Hisuian Braviary? So this is our item storage. I'm just going to put away stuff I've picked up that I don't need, which I have not picked up anything. That's cool. And every time I come back to the town, I'm going to check to see if I can use more of these items to boost a Pokemon stats. We're getting close. Alright, we need to get 1 more of the Grit Dust, but we will need a bunch more, because every 10 Grit Dust can be turned into a Grit Gravel. So we're going to have to keep on beating stuff up to get these stats boosted. Okay, where are we going to next? Is there any more outbreaks anywhere? So this here is a standard outbreak of just Kricketune. I could go there, but of course these have multiple Pokemon to find. So we're going to go to the big spots. These guys. There's tons of outbreaks to check out. So 2 liquidations, 1 Hex, and those 2 are done. And I can start adding in more Pokemon to fill out their Pokédexes. Where's mine? There she is. Have some Agua Berry. Show me what's out there. Yes. Probably regular Braviary, says Sailor Pika. I guess, because that was the original. That's the classic. So what do we got here? Oh, we got a shiny Ghastly spot up here. Shiny Rhyhorn. The gym leader, Rhyhorn. Shiny Rhyhorn, and then we can get more berries from the Bonsly. So we're going to pin these guys. And actually, that we can use Hex on, the Ghost type, so... Let's head off and see if we can get a shiny Ghastly, maybe. I think I've already got some, but still. Nick says, what do you need to have on the team because you're Dutch? What would be a Dutch Pokemon? I don't know. That's a valid question. I'm sure there's a valid answer for it. I just don't know what it is. Now, what's cool, certain species are aggressive towards the player, and if you can get them all in a group, you can actually fight them all at once. You see we've got all the Ghastly and the Haunter mixed up in this fight. I've always thought that's pretty cool. It's like multi-battle with the wild Pokemon. It can be annoying when they all keep hitting you, but that's part of the fun, I guess. I'm going to choose my target being the Haunter. And let's use that. We don't have Hex. What the hex am I doing here, then? Well, we can use 3 more strong moves, I believe. to complete the Pokédex. I think that was one of the other tasks to do. That's what's cool, too. You have multiple tasks that you can do to at least get to your minimal research level. But if you want to perfect it, you have all these different things. The thing is, though, a lot of the perfecting requires catching multiples of the same species. And obviously, the Pikachu I just brought in, he's not going to be able to be caught multiple times. So that's going to have to be other species that I catch, or other Pokemon of the same species that I catch. So there's only a certain amount that your individual Pokemon will be able to do. Come on, don't knock me out. Don't knock me out. It's not a Nuzlocke, but I don't want to get knocked out. No, don't poison me. Just let me hit you one more strong move. I don't mind if we feint in this either, because I've found always it's a little bit too simple in this, where if you lose a fight to something, you can immediately open your menu, which pauses the action, and heal your Pokemon and jump right back in. And if they've taken any damage to the opponent, they're still damaged. So it's like, it's a little bit too simple, in my mind. What am I doing? Can I send you in? There we go. I'll give you some liquidations, too. So like Pika says, watching is making you want to fire up Arceus for some shiny hunting. And if anyone out there wants to do shiny hunting, this is a game to do it in. Shinies are so common in this. It's crazy. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we find one in every stream that we do. This week, for example. That being said, we don't have one yet here. Let's get everyone ganged up on us. Get surrounded by all the ghostlies. Look at this. Look how cool this is. And then you can run around in the whole... You can run in between the attacks and get hurt. Well, not really hurt, but... Oh, don't hit me like that. I want to liquidate. Target the Haunter. Go for our liquidation. And that should complete Celio's Pokédex. Ooh! It survived! But that still counts as using the move. Who should we go next into? We've obviously got some super effectiveness with Dorothy. I want to use some of these punches from Snoozer. I want to punch them each with a different type of elemental punch. Let's take up the things with higher HP right now. Let's Fire Punch it. So we Pika wishing for shiny luck. Hopefully we'll get to see it. Well, who knows? I'm hyping up how common it is. Watch us not actually get any. Oh, you guys can't hex me or anything. Ha ha. Let's Ice Punch this guy. Bam. Of course, your level 100s are gonna like be pretty easy to fight these lower guys, but this is post game. This is the fun. Oh, you have the shiny charm? Do I have that? I don't remember if I picked that up. That might actually be like a post-game thing for completing the Pokédex. He dropped a Chesto Berry. Look at this. We don't get it till the fight's done, but you can actually look at the environment while your Pokemon's fighting. And it's like, you don't even need to see what's happening. Now what? A new horde seems to have formed. Oh, nothing but Haunter. Let's keep fighting them. We might find a shiny Haunter. Ghastly can also, sorry, Gengar can also show up from these kind of hordes too. Nick says, this makes me want to start Pokemon Platinum and play the whole game in one go. I like, you know, hearing that I'm giving you inspiration or the excitement to do other games. And that's kind of cool. I'm influencing. I'm an influencer. I've made it. I've reached the top. Ow. Oh, I see Grit Pebble, or Grit Gravel. Run! Now, sleep is different in this game, so he's drowsy right now. What that means is, he can still attack, but he might be too drowsy to move. But it also makes me take more damage, like my defense is 50% while I'm drowsy. He can eventually shake off the drowsiness. But while he's drowsy, he takes more damage. Or at least I think it's physical damage, maybe not special. It might be special too, though, based on that damage. Oh, look, more grit gravel. Sweet. Okay, just don't punch me, Snoozer. I'm in the way here. Oh, Snoozer, would you wake up? Ow! Okay, I shouldn't run in the way of the fight. Snoozer, man, you can do this. I believe in you. Let's do not Fire Punch because it is raining. That will weaken it. So Pika says, go for it, Mick. Play that platinum. Oh, snoozer faint. No. I guess we'll go to Dorothy next. I should probably be using Pikachu, though, because we're giving him the stat boosts. We'll do that. We'll bring Pikachu in for, like, the next wave, let's say. Look at all these goodies. Oh, Sailor Pika throwing a super chat in. Thank you very much. Just 3 of these? Oh, that's fine. The Pokemon also attack you, which is scary. Not that it really means anything super bad. Like, you don't have a health bar, but you do start to see damage, red waves forming around the corners, or the edges of the screen, sorry. And if you faint, you lose a whole bunch of your items from your satchel, but you don't really get a game over or anything. Yes, Dono hype indeed, Mick. Again, thank you to Sailor Pika. Now that we're using Pikachu, maybe that's the reason. Pikachu brought it out of you. Don't put Pikachu to sleep. Look at this. Take this, Haunter. The way Pokemon will master their moves and get the agile and strong styles is just by leveling up high enough. So that is done. I'm gonna go right to here. We have different camps we can go to. What would you call them? Well, camps, I guess, of your squad, your the Galaxy team, and you can rest at the camp. Get all your Pokemon healed up, like a Pokemon Center, a full heal for your whole squad, and you can then continue your adventure. So let's go check out these Rhyhorn. Don't know if Pikachu should be the lead, but we do have Iron Tail, so it might not be too bad. He's got Play Rough, not Rock Smash. But again, what I could do, whoops, is let's go over to Pikachu here, change moves. Let's give him Rock Smash in place of Thunderbolt, because we cannot hit ground types with Thunderbolt. I love being able to swap moves so freely like that. It's easily one of the coolest things they've added to Pokemon in any game. Like I say, though, I wonder what's going to happen. Will they ever just decide, you know what? Your Pokemon can have all moves active at a time, instead of having to have only 4 active? Do you think they'll ever go that far with it? Just say, you can have like 50 moves at your disposal at any time. Feel free. Okay, let's try to Iron Tail this big guy. Come on, Pikachu! Oh, close. Now, it's going to hit us back pretty hard. You can see, wishing for shiny luck from Mick there in the chat. I feel like we should switch Pikachu out. Let's go into Snoozer, I guess, would not be. We do have Ice Punch. So instead of choosing, like, I can go to hit down for Pokemon, but I can switch who's in the bottom corner and just hit the ZR button for throwing a ball. You switch Pikachu for Snorlax. It's pretty cool. This has a lot of fluid, user-friendly stuff. Let's take out some of these little guys. Ice Punch it. Go right through that other one. There you go. Mixes. Imagine if they make a Pokemon game, but it's like the anime. Oh, look at... Oh, I got hit too. I say the only thing that they've done similar that I can think of is having Pokemon be able to dodge when it says, like, in Shield, for example, Skydive, dodge the move in time with your shout. That's always reminded me when Ash would say, Pikachu, dodge! And then Pikachu would dodge the attack. So, they've added some elements to the game from the anime. Sailor Pikachu says, it's satisfying seeing Pikachu beating up a Rhydon, isn't it? You don't often see that. Unless you're watching, Oh, knocked itself out. Sweet. Did Pikachu beat Blaine's Rhydon in the anime, didn't he? Because he thunderbolted the horn, I think, the metal horn. And no shinies in this particular batch. So let Snoozer lead the way again. Look at this. My nose is so itchy again every time. Ice Punch. I didn't think we'd get the knockout with that. Actually, yeah, there is Pokemon Yellow. That is based off the anime. Good point, Sailor Pika. Maybe a more modern game would be interesting, too. Alright, well, Snoozer's going to go down, but we'll take out a Rhyhorn before we do. Yeah. A lot of the stream session or series, by the way, is going to be just repetitive battles, getting our grit items, boosting our Pokemon up, and getting some research done. Hopefully, you don't mind just hanging out and chatting while we do that. Get in there, Pikachu. You can finish these guys off. Yeah, mixes. Yeah, they say electric doesn't affect ground. You know what the biggest, I wouldn't say pet peeve, but like I've always been really annoyed when the anime purposely ignores the game rules. When ow, that was mean. Whenever they're showing like a battle in the anime, and one of the things that I really didn't like was when Pokemon Origins, I think it was, when it was showing what Trainer Red had done. We're going to extrasensory, not Shadow Ball. It showed that Trainer Red fought against Giovanni as the gym leader, and Giovanni used a Rhyhorn with what was it? Lightning Rod. And well, first of all, the Red was using a Jolteon, and its Thunderbolt actually hit the Rhyhorn, but powered it up because of Lightning Rod. And that's not how Lightning Rod works, you know. It still doesn't affect. Or wait, no. It might. But the thing that I got annoyed with was the fact that the Rhyhorn was able to absorb the damage. Now, because... or, no, sorry, I'm getting all sidetracked. The fact that Rhyhorn then hurt Jolteon with an electric move. Because Jolteon's two abilities, from what I remember, are all about absorbing electricity. Either into HP or speed or something. And so there's no way that Rhyhorn should have been able to hurt the Jolteon with its own Thunderbolt. People tried to say, well, in Gen 1 there were no abilities. And to that I say, you know what else Gen 1 didn't have? Mega Evolution. But the last episode of Pokemon Origins had Red Mega Evolve his Charizard to fight Mewtwo. I'm like, I don't mind if, you know, they want to incorporate stuff from the future games, but you gotta introduce them in the order that they appeared. So, abilities were a thing before Mega Evolutions. Why would you not allow... Hang on. New Horde. All right on. Who do we want to use for this? And look at the size difference, too. In this game, they also have size differences, which is cool. Should I take on all four at once? Probably not. But we're going to. Let's Shadow Ball the lead one. Just the fact that you have the option to fight them all at once is pretty cool. Actually, we're immune to ground and normal, so only the rock slides will hurt us. Hopefully they didn't hear me and interpret that. If we go strong Shadow Ball, that should take out a Rhydon. What do you think? Is this going to be enough power? There it goes. We got to try to get one shiny per stream. You know, we got to see if our luck is that good. Oh, high horsepower. Tough luck, I'm flying. Another strong Shadow Ball. It does slow us down, as you'll see. I'm now going to have to wait for them to go twice each. So like Pika says, I dare you to take them all on at once. I will. I like taking everything on at once. Getting the fight done quicker. Now, had this been Nuzlocke, I would not, because that would be way too risky. This game, it is easy to feint in. I will give it that. Especially when you do fight more than one thing. Alright, strong Shadow Ball for this one here. Using your agile or strong style of the moves, though, does take 2 PP. So you do drain your attacks twice as quick. But again, you can just heal up quick. Whoa! Did you drop a whole pebble? Oh no, that's a tumble stone. Because another thing this game has that other games don't is the ability to craft items at crafting tables. And you gotta find things like these tumble stones and apricorns to be able to make Pokeballs. Alright, let's all fight. He's all mad at once. And just throw near them and they'll all be engaged in the battle. And there's only 3, so let us see what we can do. Strong Shadow Ball takes out the first one, I'm sure. Yeah. Alright, only 2 to worry about now. Oh, there's that Rock Slide. Dorothy has no defense boost yet. No! But no Giga Impact to worry about, fortunately. Okay, we're out of Shadow Balls right now, though. Because Go with extra sensory. We'll go twice, see that? Dorothy has 2 moves to go in a row. So that's extra sensory for starters. Okay, Landon PT's going to bed. Did I bore you to sleep? I'm sorry. But either way, have a good sleep. We're almost done for tonight anyway, so you won't be missing too much more. And we'll see you in the future, known as tomorrow. Unless it's already tomorrow for you, but it's not for me, so technically it will still be in the tomorrow zone. So by choosing Agile to make us quicker, we now get 2 attacks in a row. Dorothy, Dorothy, then Rhydon. So we'll go for a nice little light tap of the extra sensory. And the standard one I think gets the knockup, but just in case it doesn't, we'll now go strong style. Take this boy down and see if another horde shows up. I don't think so, because with only 3 of them appearing, that seems to be the end. Yeah, they're gone. We're leveling up all these Pokemon that are with us here, too, which is cool. What's the next spot? We can get some seeds from, or some berries from these guys. They do tend to run away, though. But let's do this anyway. I'll go here. I might not focus on getting berries from them, but we'll chase them away, which will spawn new Bonsly, and we might find a shiny. We might as well give it a shot. Whoa! Look out, Yanma. No, don't call for help. I prefer the Braviary for maneuverability, but you can switch to, there's our Weird Deer. Oh, and a Sudowoodo here, too. Wait, you're attacking me? You're supposed to run away. Yeah, like that. Let's get all up in their face and they get scared and take off. Ow, you punk. The nerve of these Bonsly. No! I like that too. You can dodge with the Y button. Like a leaping defensive. Hurl yourself across the map. Run. Get out of my face. Bring your shiny buddies in. No shinies here yet. Don't you dare. Where'd you go? Run away, bud. It's so fun to chase away the tiny, cute Pokemon, isn't it? It's one of the best features of this game. You guys get out of here, too. Run away. They even run away in Scarlet and Violet, too. Why are these guys so scared? I wouldn't have thought Sudowoodo are the type to be afraid. Bonsly runs so cute, doesn't it? Ah, they're gone. Alright, well, let's head back to... Oops. Again, wrong button. I'm going to be doing that forever. Look, you can even get, like, Wild Quilava as an outbreak. It's crazy. Did I just break it? Oh, I hit the cord. Hang on. Oh, wait, it's working again. I didn't even need to refresh this. Okay. Let's head back to our camp here. And we'll head back into town. I guess we're good for the time being. How do we do for the research today, Laventon? Okay, we now have Drifblim and Celio completed. Actually, I think Drifblim was completed, wasn't it? But Celio is done. Alright. Oh, I've never even used any agile moves yet with Drifblim, but I've never had Dorothy, our Drifblim, in the game yet anyway. Sudowoodo should be standing still. Yeah, because like it's supposed to be mimicking a tree. Trees don't run. Do they ever take what is it, botany in school? I don't know. All right, back we go to the city. Let's see if we can boost Pikachu stats some more. And once I do max out a Pokemon's EVs using the grit items, I'm gonna go and do the Path of Solitude challenge and then take a picture with them to commemorate that. But for now, let's open up our menu. And we got 8 of these guys. We just need to boost up his speed. I think actually what I'll do, so I'm going to need a total of 18 grit gravel to boost all of his stats as high as they can go. So I'll wait till I get 18 grit gravel before I even boost those up. Yeah, it makes it just like in that one Pokemon movie when the Sudowoodo stood there. So I'm going to put away all these items that I don't usually carry with me. These are all my item storage here. You see I've got tons of stuff to craft new Pokeballs, new healing items and everything. I've played this game quite a bit, let's say, and I have a nice stock storage full of all these items. I guess that's probably all we'll do for now. Although, let me take a look at our requests. Okay, there's this one. I still, like, this one I've never been able to figure out on my own. I had to look up how to complete this one, and I haven't done it yet. But they said there's something in the town. Right here. Wild Chimecho has made itself at home. Find Ida. Now, you can also, just to speed through these, I wasn't doing this before, but hit A button to mark that as your active mission, and it shows you where to go. So right here. We'll complete at least one of these every stream that we do. Run, me. Okay, what's this about a Chimecho? What's up? You're here with the Survey Corps, right? A Chimecho's decided to nest in my house. Do you think you could help me get it to move? I can beat it up. Chime! Aw, it's so cute though. Why do you want to get rid of it? It made itself at home under the eaves before I even noticed. It seems mellow enough, but I'm not at ease with having a Pokemon so close. Interesting thing about this game is this happens so early in the timeline that Pokemon and people are not used to each other yet. So people are still afraid of Pokemon in this region. We're not, because we're from the future. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check the whole playlist. It's got the whole story in there. I've already spoken to some homeowners who'd be willing to let Chimecho move in with them. What I'd like you to do is have a look at the homes and make sure they'd be a good fit for Chimecho. It's not like I can tell what Chimecho feels, so the first place I'd like you to check is that farmer's house near the fields. Think you can find a nice place for Chimecho to hang there? I believe I could. I also want to check my my farm too, my harvest. Okay, this stream's gonna go way longer than I was expecting. But before we do that, let's talk to our farm dudes over here. You guys have been growing stuff for me for like months. Oh, they still need time to grow? Alright, never mind. So how about this place? Is this a good place for Chimecho? Let's investigate. That seems decent. Oh, you don't like it? Okay. Chime. The wind direction seems to be bothering Chimecho. Okay, I'll just affect the wind for you then. I'll just use Tailwind. Okay, so head back to talk to Ida. I don't know what to do. This is going to be a big... And I can't use my ride Pokemon here, I don't think. It's all just me on foot. Look, you can see my Pokemon that are in here. Look at that guy. Look at that shiny guy. Look at this shiny guy. I got so many shinies I can make it into the future. Once Scarlet and Violet are connectable. Shiny Zubat. Oh no, more stream. How terrible. I know, right? I'm sorry. Alright, doesn't like the farmer's house, unfortunately. Oh, so it prefers the way the wind blows around my house? I like it too. We get a good breeze. Chime! Well then, how about a hut by the sea? The ocean breeze is so refreshing. All the way out here? Oh, come on. I gotta run all this way. Look at this. Look at this craziness. And you can't see it, but you have like a hidden stamina bar for when you're running. You can't just repeatedly, like you click the thumbstick in to run, but you can't do it back, like, you know, back to back. You need to give yourself time to recover. And you can't see how much time that is. You just have to wait a bit and then just run again. Alright. Almost there. I know this is not going to be the one, though. It's going to want to move upstairs with the commander, isn't it? What's his name again? It's not Rowan, but it's like Rowan's ancestor. You don't want here, Chimecho. It's not near enough people. It's too remote. No. Chime! Yeah, see? Chimecho seems lonely because there's no one around. I knew that wasn't going to be a perfect fit. Chimecho likes peoples. Am I the Pokemon Whisperer? Can I tell what they're feeling when nobody else can? All I know is I was putting myself in Chimecho's shoes thinking, no one's going to be by here. How can you enjoy your time if it's just you by yourself? Honestly, that's wrong. I enjoy my time alone. So I just don't think that's Chimecho's forte. Because it's such a friendly... Hey, Gliscor! This game does have its fair share of Pokemon that can come into it. Sadly, not every species, so some of my guys still remain in Pokemon Home to this day. I think Chimecho likes your house. Stay here. So it likes lively places. It's always great to have some activity around. Chime! How about the training grounds? With the security corps around, that place is always bustling. That actually might not be bad. Because there are plenty of people. I don't know how about the breeze here, though, but we'll see what it likes. I do like this guy here with his dust stalks. There's a whole long tail of him getting his, having a Wurmple and wanting to get a Beautifly, but it evolves into Cascoon. It's very similar to Jessie in the anime. Okay, how about this place? You might like it here, dude. Yeah, there we go. Chime, chime! Cool, we got a Chimecho to watch our battles. Is that your Chimecho? Why don't you come and train with us? Ching? Is it going to evolve here? Oh, wait. It doesn't want to fight. Yeah, it doesn't like to battle. Alright then. Nope, you don't need to, dude. Let's go back and tell Ida this is not the place for it. This is a long involved mission, I guess. As Sailor Pika said, oh no, the stream has to continue now? What is the first Pokemon that I ever caught? So, I'm not sure about this particular game, but I do know in my entire adventure, Rattata was the first caught Pokemon. I started Pokemon Blue with my Squirtle, and my Rattata named Squeak, who has come with me ever since, well, Gen 3 when my team had to be remade in Fire Red. Ever since, and I can't bring him into Pokemon Shield, Pokemon Legends Arceus. I'm hoping with DLC he can make it into the Paldea region, but we don't know yet. But my first few catches were Rattata, then Pidgey. The fourth one I caught was a Caterpie, Sandshrew, and then Pikachu. Plus, Squirtle was my starter. I guess it's only natural that some Pokemon don't like to battle. I'm sorry to scare you, Chimecho. I think he likes it here, ma'am. Oh, is it telling me not to worry about it? How about next door to me, then? It's hardly different at all from my place. Why don't you just leave it here? I just had a chat with my neighbors, and they said they'd be fine with Chimecho hanging around. Alright. I feel like it's not going to like this either, though. Yeah, see? It likes the lady. Pardon me. This is your Pokemon now, ma'am. You gotta accept it. I know I just sent you chasing about looking for a good home for Chimecho, but I think I'd like it to stay with me after all. You've really helped me understand Chimecho a lot better, and I think we can actually live together now. It just dawned on me that hearing its adorable cry coming from under the eaves is part of my routine now. Chime, chime! I had this pegged from the beginning. They're like a match made in heaven. You're gonna live with me from now on, aren't you, Chimecho? Thank you for all your help. I'm glad this village has the survey core. Complete. We got a rare candy and a sunstone. Not that I'm in it for the rewards. I just like the completionism of it. How you two doing? Chime, chime. I'm glad I found it in myself to keep Chimecho around. It was all thanks to your help. Alright, with that, I guess we're going to end off this stream. Let's go over to save the game. So, I'm going to be doing a week of post-game for Pokemon Legends Arceus. The following week, we'll go back to Pokemon Shield and do post-game in that. And, you know, vice versa, back and forth, yada yada. And, see if we can get some of these post-game quests and challenges done before too long. And I gotta focus on getting my Pikachu and them trained up with the grit items, so there's gonna be a lot of wild battling to do. Should I do that as grinding montages, do you think? Do you guys want to see that? Leave that in a comment down below, and of course I'll check with other people on Discord and stuff. I'll actually put a message on Discord. I'm gonna make a channel for this on Discord as well. The stream sure flew by, did it? Maybe it did. Anyway, we're going to sign off for this episode. If you folks want to see the whole adventure of Pokemon Legends Arceus, which, by the way, I just want to point out, the main story was not direct capture. The whole background is I had a capture card coming from a company, which has been linked in all the description and such, Narvatech. But by the time Legends Arceus came out, the device was going to still be a month in transit because it was coming from Taiwan, I think it was. So the main story was just a camera focused on the TV, and I had to splice it into my layout. So it might look different, but hopefully it still looked decent enough for you guys to watch. And you can go check out the rest of it if you feel like doing so. If you want to follow along for future streams on not just this, but other games, make sure you join the channel or subscribe and hit that bell button for notifications when the new videos are coming your way. And I guess that basically covers it for now, but we'll be back tomorrow with another live stream of completing more Pokédex entries. So until then, Professor Chaz is signing off. Thank you folks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.